G'day guys, MDL here. I just like to show off a new game that me and the boys at TheJDClan and the ETR game folks have been playing lately. A game I used to play when I was a kid. It's called Transport Tycoon Deluxe. It was made for the Windows 95. It was actually made in 1996 or released in 96. And it was one of the first games that needed a CD-ROM, I believe, because it was too big for a floppy disk. Yeah, made by a guy called Chris Sawyer. Made the whole thing himself. It's about 8 megabytes, so it's not a huge game, but it's ridiculously fun. Now, not many people knew about Transport, but Chris Sawyer went on to make another set of games known as the Roller Coasters Tycoon series, and that's a bit more popular. But this is where he started. This is his first game he made, and it is, instead of being a roller coaster, a theme park freaking manager, in this game you are a transport company manager. So you are pretty much just transport shit. You have passengers in planes, boats, trains and buses. You have cargo that can be anywhere from coal to wood to livestock and grain, oil, all sorts of crap. But yeah, so Transport Tycoon came out in 96 and it was made for DOS, and DOS was discontinued I think when XP came out, Windows XP, so the game kind of went defunct for a few years because you couldn't actually play it on anything unless you got like DOSBox or some other sort of DOS emulators for your computer. But Chris Sawyer had actually left the gaming industry after Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I think. And so everyone was complaining that, you know, this game wasn't working on newer systems and they wanted someone to update it, and he wouldn't, and he didn't have time with his new job, whatever he's done. But instead of being a douche about it, he just decided to release it to open source. So pretty much anyone can get the game, mod it, re-upload it, distribute it for free. As long as they don't charge for it, it's fine, and it's practically freeware these days. So this Open TTD, or Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, is just one version of that game. There's other ones like Simultrans and other crap, but this one is the closest to the original game with a few improvements, but in my opinion those improvements are very, very good. That's why I like this version of the game so much. One of the main improvements is the multiplayer capability. The other one had multiplayer, but because it was designed for, like, you know, dial-up and direct modem connections and stuff like that back in the day, it's not too good these days. But this one is a much better game for connecting with your friends to play multiplayer. So I'll just go through the menu a little bit. So you got your new game, your load game, pretty standard for most things. Your scenarios, so you can either start a random seeded world, kind of like on Minecraft, or you can play a scenario, which is a set map, which has been made beforehand. Or you can play a height map, which is where the actual map, like the land base itself, is set, but the towns and the industries can be scattered in different areas. And you can change, with the height map, you can change between the 4 different zones, while the scenarios are locked into the zone. So the 4 zones is your temperate, which is what's in the background here. So it's grass, green grass, blue water. It's kind of like, think of England or France, that kind of area. Then you got the snow, which is more like Scotland and Norway and all those northern kind of European countries. You got the desert, which is based, I think, around the American Mojave Desert kind of thing. So you've got like rubber plantations, fruit plantations, water stuff, water wells and stuff, and you have to cart water around, which is a commodity in this, while in the other ones obviously water doesn't matter. And you got this is just funky or funny or silly or something like that. There you go, Toyland. And this one you like transporting from cotton candy plantations and battery farms and all kinds of weird crap like that. But the one I usually play on is temperate. Don't know why, I just always stuck to it. I like it the best. So yeah, and then you make your own ones. I've made an own one for the JD to plan later on, which we'll probably upload. Should be fun. Multiplayer, which you can want to use in this game. You got your options, so you can change your currency, your measuring units, what side of the road the cars drive on, the town names, so you can download all different sorts. So this is when you random generate stuff. This isn't for set maps at all. You screenshot format, your resolution, so it's on other at the moment for me because I'm not playing full screen, I'm playing windowed mode. But you can play full screen and then just change the resolution. Beware if you are at dual screener, this does run on like the 256 colors. So if you do change the resolution and go full screen, it will screw your other screen up mentally. Like, it will just go apeshit. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. You got your difficulty, which is quite advanced on other games' difficulties. Then you got your advanced settings, which is just goes on and on and on. It's just, yeah, you have to play a bit to understand advanced settings. And GRF stands for graphical something or other file. I can't remember. So they started off just being like graphical reworks, kind of like a texture pack on Minecraft. But they've gone on a lot from there. So there's like new advanced AI and new modes, and like you can completely download a whole new set of trains that come down. There's a HD set you can get for this to make everything high definition. So instead of being 8-bit, it goes up to like 32-bit or something. But that requires a lot of computer know-how because it's installing patches and redoing the game and using Java and all sorts of shit. I don't think it's Java, something. Anyway, and then you just AI game script settings, so you don't really have any AIs to start with, so you actually have to go online and download some, which is quite easy. You just click that and all this shit pops up, and there's your AIs all up there. So you just go through and find the good ones. And that's pretty much it. I'll show you some of our scenarios. So we've got the UK, which is a big one, a massive one for those of you who actually played this game before. So that's all Scotland up there. And we come down to the mids. Oh, we got Wales up here. Then we go back here, and there's London, Birmingham. You got Bristol over here. You got Manchester around here somewhere. Where is it? No, I don't know. I'm not too good with UK. Anyway, so this is a pretty cool one, but it is huge, and yeah, might play this at some point in time. It's just a massive map. It's pretty cool. So that's one. Then we got scenario Tasmania. This is in desert. Tasmania should be temperate. I don't know why they made it in desert, but that's what it's in. So you've got Hobart down here, you got Launceston up here, you got Devonport, you got friggin' Burnie over there. Stupidest name in the world, Burnie. Anyway, so yeah, that's another one. And then I'll give you a quick preview to the map we'll be playing. One myself and Macaman created. It took us quite a while. We had to have Macaman on one end with Google Maps open so we could pinpoint where all the towns had to go and things like that, and find towns that we didn't actually know of. So welcome to the JDClan Australia map. So there's your map there. It's quite small. Actually taken this height map off another guy. If you look for the Australia map inside the game, that's the height map we got this from, but I've just made it a bit smaller and changed it to temperate instead of desert, which is what it was on. So that was just painful. We tried to keep the industries somewhat reflecting the real world state of things, but there's just not enough, so we just went apeshit and just click randomize, and that's why you got farms all through the desert where there should be desert. But anyway, so we've got around the Newman area, we've got crap loads of iron ore mines, we've got oil fields and stuff up near Dampier with the refineries. Down the southwest we've got wood plantations. Over on the east coast, down in Tassie, we've got lots of wood plantations. Over here we've got lots of oil and shit. Just went random over here, we just ran out of room. But we've kind of got the trees running up. It's the mountain range. if you want to call it a mountain range. Sterling Range or something, I think it's called. And yeah, so we just got a few little towns around the place. Now we set this in the 80s, and all the towns are scaled down quite a bit, but that should give us something to work towards. It's a very small map, and at the moment there's 5 of us that play this a lot. So for this size map with 5 people, it's gonna be tight. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Now I'll go through some tutorials for you guys. Those of you who've never played this game before, it is quite a hard game to get into if you don't know how to play it. There's not really any tutorials or anything to learn how to do it, so I'll do some quick tutorials for you, and I will put a link in the description so you can go check it out yourself. But if you do want to find it, just Google Open TTD. That right there should be the first link that comes up. Oh, MDL out.